But I feel like it flips a lot more often than maybe you think, because a lot of times teams can sneak their way through that middle of the map. If you don't have somebody watching it for just a moment's notice, they can find their way into that bottom church and really shake things up. But here we are, and the first kill is getting traded off the break.
Yeah, and right off the bat, that's going to be 3 down for the side of Dallas. And Obito going to try to hold the line and just wait for his players to come off spawn. But P1 in favor of Minnesota off the rip, and that's going to be huge as Freeze and Zadley look to try to hold as much as they can. Obito going to pick another one there. And here comes Asylum just popping off right there, picking up 3 and one of his own guys in the crossfire there. Jake, what did you like so far out of this Minnesota P1 hit?
Well, obviously, Asylum starting out 5-1. He's absolutely frying off the break. Definitely the start of the game you'd like to have. And, like we're talking about, Sensei, they do have those P2 spawns. Player 4 trying to sneak his way through. That is Zakari in the back. There is somewhat of a fight going down here between him and the Freeze, but it looks like he had an idea, and he did get that kill. So now the rest of Dallas Flat Tires can kind of pressure onto that backside. Asylum does trade him out, but for now, Dallas did have some sort of control for just a moment, but Minnesota Floppr oh so quick to get those trades in their favor.
And thus far here on Tuscan, the slaying power of the Minnesota Floppr looking to be an exciting thing to watch thus far here on Tuscan. But Dallas gonna look to try and hold some time here. Down about 20 on this P2 hill, and just already 20 to 30 seconds already gone here on this P2 hill. And look who it is. It's Asylum trying to get ready for that P3 to pop. And as of right now, just back and forth in the kill feed. And this is something we're going to see here on Tuscan a lot. And I always correlate Jake trades to really good comms, and just something that you want to see out of Dallas is making sure they stay in it in the trade game, as Codex and the rest of Minnesota are ready and waiting for P3 to pop. And as that does happen, you're going to see Dallas start to fly at this hill. That number 4 player in Zakari, you're going to pick up one there in top fire, going to look for one more on the hill. Can he make it happen? No. Codex is going to say not today, tapping into his inner Arya Stark. If you haven't watched Game of Thrones, where have you been? As Obito getting into the back line, he's going to find one. And now, can he find another? No, he's going to get taken down by Ibra. Ibra picking up those 2 huge kills on that back player there. It's going to be huge for the side of Minnesota. Now almost up 50 thus far here on Tuscan. And Jake, it's looking like Dallas are going to be down early. And now the rotation is on for P4.
Yeah, Dallas doing a great job of getting the scrap. They get the final 15 on that P2. They get the final 20 on this P3. But Minnesota doing a great job of really holding the line here as Dallas has been trying to push in. Dallas made a good push toward that back rooftops area on that P3, but Minnesota did such a good job of shutting it down. They weren't even able to hold those spawns. So now on the P4, this bottom Church Hill, it looks like Minnesota have a solid setup going here. Asylum is able to pick up one, but with that one kill, you really you shut down that pressure that you're getting from the P1 side. And for now, Minnesota getting a lot of time here, but it's Perfection has something to say about it as he gets a solid break with his boys from the Dallas Flat Tires.
And what a break that was out of Perfections. Kind of single-handedly put it together there for his team. And that's what you're going to need out of someone like Perfection. You're going to need him to step up and make those huge plays, as Ibra going to pick up 2 there in the feed. Can he make it 3? 1 player left in the back, but there's going to be a number 3 player in Clutch trying to hit from the left side here. And Clutch is going to pick up 1. Perfection is going to pick up 1, and that's going to be a break there. And now the rotation on for P5 has to come through for the side of Dallas, as they haven't gotten to any hills to be the first one there. But here we are as Zakari and Perfection know that there's a player there. Zakari's going to pick up 1, and now the rest of Minnesota's going to try to come on in. Perfection going to take down 1. One more in his weight, and Ibra's going to pick up another huge one. And back and forth it goes here, and it seems like the lead that Minnesota had has dwindled to just about nothing here, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, they're only up around 12 points. Dallas doing such a great job of, breaking these hills even when they don't have the rotation and trying to get that extra little bit of scrap time to close it out. They're keeping it close here. Right now, Minnesota holding for the time being. Dallas just setting up for another break, but Minnesota really slaying their way out of this one for the time being.
Yeah, Minnesota really just have some strong AR presence here thus far on Tuscan. And it's going to be Clutch coming up clutch there and cleaning up the final kill on the hill. But no, Obito is going to come and try and take as many out as he possibly can. But Asylum, the man, is just on a mission to solidify himself as one of the best players in Silver Mixed, as he is currently 15-11. Only Ibra 16-9 right above him. As Clutch is going to pick up one in the feed, and Asylum looking to try to put pressure here on P1. Knows there's one close. He can sense him. His spidey senses are tingling. He's going to find him and put him down. And Asylum, Jake, has been looking damn near perfect.
Yeah, Asylum and Ibra definitely the front runners for the Minnesota Floppr MVPs. After the first start of this game, you know, they're getting a solid lead here. They're up around 50 points as of now. Zakari, though, with a big two-piece to really break that time. And that's kind of been the story of the Dallas Flat Tires so far in this game. When Minnesota Floppr have a really solid setup going, it seems like Dallas can just find a way to slip through the cracks of their defenses and maybe pop a two-piece behind it. So Dallas inching their way closer and closer to a lead here. Still down around 30 points or so, but now the focus goes toward that P2.
And the rotation is on, and it's going to be that number 3 player in Clutch ready and waiting for this number 5 player. But it's all about the back as 4 players, that make it 3 players, excuse me, go down for the side of Dallas there. And now P2 in favor of Minnesota. But Obito coming up with a big 2-piece there. And that's going to be huge. But there's one player in the back, and Freeze. Freeze is going to pick up 2 for himself. And that should help find spawns for his team, as his team is still currently in control of that P2. And here comes the break from Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas sneaking their way through the back there, looking for those back spawns yet again, but Minnesota with a big break there. Dallas had a great setup off the break of that hill, but Minnesota finding their gunny where they need it and getting the kills where it matters. They get 3 in their favor now, and at this point, you might have a possibility to stop the Dallas team from really getting out of their spawn for the time being. They're pushing out that P1 area, working through mid, but Minnesota getting the scrap and working toward new at the same time.
Yeah, and Dallas now trying to make sure that they can get a foothold here on P3. But that number 6 player in Freeze is all alone, and he's going to be taken down by Perfection. And Dallas now in full control of this P3 hill. And I'm going to have to say Codex is going to need to do a lot, but the rest of his team just come together. And that's 4 down for the side of Dallas Flat Tire. Minnesota say no matter what, we're getting in. And they do just that, as now the rest of Dallas look to try and battle their way back. And back and forth it goes here as 3 go down for the side. Make it 4 go down for Minnesota. And just like that, Dallas says you can do it, but we can do it better.
Yeah, Dallas just using their gun skill to find their way into that hill. Minnesota breaking that hill off the break, but Dallas says, hey, we're not letting you get all this time, and they get the last 30. So, you know, that could have been a hill where Dallas find themselves back into this map, and they do get somewhat closer than they were before, but Minnesota still up a good amount, almost a whole hill's worth of time they are between themselves and Dallas. So Dallas is going to have to break now, or else this could get out of hand for them.
Out of hand indeed, with just about 50 seconds left remaining for Minnesota to take map number 1. But Dallas coming out huge, taking 3 down there in the feed. Still 2 players up for the side of Minnesota. It's going to be Codex, but Codex is going to meet his grave there as Zakari just coming in clutch there. Going to finally be taken down. And Minnesota now in control of this P4 hill, as Ibra going to find 2 in the feed. Codex getting involved. Perfection is going to find himself in the respawn screen, as now Minnesota just about 20 seconds to win this map number 1.
Yeah, and at this point, if you're Dallas, you need to move toward that P5 because you can't let Minnesota get any sort of rotation to that new hill. But as it pops, Clutch with a big 3-piece to get that last few seconds. Not too important, but it's definitely a big individual play to kind of keep that Minnesota team on their back foot. And now Dallas working toward that P5. They got 2 in here, but the push comes in from Minnesota.
And 3 go down for the side of Dallas, and Minnesota hold strong here on P5. Just 20 seconds. They just need to hold the line for 20 more seconds. Codex looking to try to find 1. He is going to find 1, but Obito is going to be there for that instant trade. And here it goes, as Perfection going to try and find some of these players. Going to find 1. There's going to be a player in the back there in Sakari, but he's going to get taken down. And trades are going back and forth, but still Hill in favor of Minnesota. Only 7 seconds remaining. Can Minnesota hold? I don't think they have time. Just 1 more kill here, and Minnesota gonna take map number 1.
A big
Wow.
win out of Minnesota. They kept it close for a little bit there, Dallas did, but Minnesota kind of running away with it in the second half of those rotations. And, you know, Dallas, it really looked like they could keep up there after that
Just to
first
get
rotation.
together and start winning some of these rounds.
Yeah, get together, player trades, work together on getting those pushes through because you're not going to get by without working as a team, especially in a team game like Call of Duty. They're working to get that bomb down at the A site. They're playing a little slow. Looks like Dallas have that middle map control. They have the A site locked down. So now they just need to get the bomb down. But player 8 in Asylum's already working a deep flank.
Yeah, and that flank is going to be everything to the side of Minnesota if they could pick up some kills. Perfection is going to pick up 1. Ibra going to pick up 1 for himself. And now into a 3v2 situation in favor of Dallas we go. As Zakari going to pick up yet another kill there in the feed. And that's going to be huge. Left all by himself, it's Ibra. The man that popped off in map number 1 has to now clutch it up here in map number 2. He's dead spot Perfections. Into a 1v1 we go. Ibra. He has to know Zakari's here. Zakari knows where he's at. And the child's about to come through here for Ibra. Looking for his man. No! Zakari gonna shut him down there in round number 1.
Zakari almost single-handedly winning Dallas Flat Tires that round. He gets 2 very important kills in that bottom church area, and he gets this final kill on Ibra to clutch out that round and close out that first offense. Great start here for Dallas Flat Tires in the Search and Destroy.
And Ibra there did pick up 3 there in that round, almost clutched it up for the ace clutch. But Zakari picking up 3 as well, and he's going to be on a 3 streak going into this defense. And I'm looking for Minnesota just to get together, get this bomb down fast. And it's going to be this man right here in Ibra. But look at Asylum. He's tapping into his inner shots here. Oh, he's not going to make the jump. But there's going to be a player seemingly close in Zakari. Can he catch him off guard? We're going to have to wait and see.
Minnesota Floppr holding this A side for the time being. Asylum is able to even things up, and Freeze gets a kill of his own. Now, Dallas in a 2v3. Perfection ready for Asylum, though, to even things up at a 2v2. He plays his life. And Clutch Freak with a big 2-piece to close out that round. What a big turnaround for Dallas. They were sitting at a 3v2 just a second ago, Sensei.
What a round out of Dallas indeed. And the lineup there for Clutch. Man, Minnesota's going to want that one back and fast. That just reminded me of a little accuracy versus optic right there. And boy, oh boy, what a clutch out of the man Clutch. As we are going to start round number 3 on the captain and Freeze of the Minnesota Floppr as they look to try and bounce back here in map number 2. Down 0-2. But it's not all over just yet. Freeze going to be in this bottom church area. Obito going to pick up a huge one on the Codex there. And that's going to be huge as the bomb is going to be planted. Asylum going to make it a 3v3. And Freeze is going to take out Zakari. And into a 2v3 situation we go in favor of Minnesota. Asylum, he's on the hunt. He knows these players are close. He can smell blood in the air as the bomb is getting defused, but no one's going to check it. And that's going to be a defuse for Minnesota. And no one on the side of Dallas was even remotely close to sniff that out.
Looks like Dallas just assumed they would be able to play some sort of kill from either side of the push, but Minnesota just worked through mid and they decided to hop on that bomb. A great play out of them. You know, if you're Dallas, you need to communicate with your teammates which person is going to get that bomb because you obviously cannot play both so far back like that. You know, they were hoping to play those kills and then get the killer on the defuse, but it obviously did not work out for them. Big round out of Minnesota. That was one they definitely did not want to lose. You never want to go down 3-0 in a Search and Destroy.
And Ibra just going to rip Obito off that heady over on that P1 side, and Perfection is just pushing on through. But Asylum is ready and waiting for this push. He knows there's a player close. Can he find this player in Perfection? He's going to find Perfection there over on top P5. Zakari now knows where Asylum is. And as the bomb is going to be planted here over on the A site. Clutch. Get some info. There's a player mid-map. Freeze is going to pick up Zakari. And now into a 1v4. It's all on Clutch. Clutch not going to spot Ibra in the corner. And that's going to pay huge for the side of Minnesota. now in a 2v2. I mean, excuse me, 2-2 on this map number 2. Minnesota went absolutely huge there, and that play by Asylum, just waiting, playing patient over in top fire and picking up that kill onto Perfections has to be something you have to watch out for the rest of the map.
Yeah, Minnesota Floppr do a great job of getting that first blood, getting the bomb down, and working around it. Dallas Flat Tires really had no way to kind of fight back. You know, by the time the bomb got planted, they were already in a 4v2. They play their lanes. They do a great job of doing so. Freeze trying to hold down this top push. Dallas taking more of a slow approach here on this round. Let's see if it pays off for them. But for right now, we got to stand still in this Tuscan S&D.
Yeah, and no one wants to make the first push, and someone just did, and that's Minnesota putting 3 players of Dallas down with ease, and now Perfection left in a 1v4 situation, and it seems like Dallas is in this situation way too much here. Map number 2, can he pull it off? Can he make the miracle happen here on Tuscan? As these players are barreling towards him, they know where he is. There's only one place he could be, and they are out for blood, Jake.
They haven't spotted him yet, though. They have somewhat of an idea that he's at this backside of the map. Ibra slide canceling him, didn't end up seeing him, so for Perfection, might be able to find some sort of timing. He knows there's 2 players over there, but he has to get this bomb down and plant it. Can he get to 1? He gets 1 onto Codex, but with 3 looking for him, it's going to be a tough round to win.
And Minnesota win round number 5 in Perfection. He got away for a little bit there, but at the end, Minnesota finally figured out where he was, and they put an end to that very, very quickly. And something we've been seeing here on S&D thus far is Minnesota aren't afraid to get together and hunt down that final player. And that's something you're going to like to see out of Minnesota throughout this series. But on here, Dallas on Perfection, currently 3-4. Playing a very solid S&D thus far. As these players are scrambling in mid-map here. As Sakari going to find a huge one there on Asylum. And now just trying to take as much control of mid-map as possible. Clutch is going to find one over on P1. And now into a 2v4 situation we go. As Minnesota going to pick up 2 there. And now into a 2v2 we go. Obito and Clutch against Freeze and Codex. Bomb has not been planted yet, Jake.
Looks like they need to play one of these bomb sites. They're together, so maybe they can play this trade here. Obito with the big 2-piece, though, to shut down that push. That would have been real tough for Dallas if he gets traded out there, leaving it to a 1v1. But instead, Obito with an enormous 2-piece to win the round for Dallas.
And Obito went absolutely huge for Dallas when they needed him to do it the most. And picking up those 2 kills, that's going to send a shock through the side of your team and just give everybody the fire that they need to try and win out here on map number 2 on Tuscan S&D. And thus far, man, Obito has really put on a performance. But on the other side, it's Ibra, 7-3. Your kill leader thus far here on Tuscan. As the bomb looks to try and get down here for the side of Dallas. And that's going to be the Freeze picking up a huge one onto Sagari over in the mid. And Ibra getting involved, finding one for himself. But trades are going back and forth, and Ibra is going to find himself in the respawn screen. Obito finding one as well. Going to get out with his life, and into another 2v2 situation we go. And just like last round, Jake, Obito pulled it off. Can he pull it off again? But the side of Minnesota, they need to find these kills and find a defuse. And Codex is going to find one close to the bomb. And Obito now knows where one of the players are. Can he spot one? He's going to find one on the Codex. And now into 1v1. Freeze has to hop the bomb or find his kill here over at the mid. Obito knows he has to make this play. And Obito is going to find both. And take the round.
Another enormous clutch out of Obito to save that round for the Dallas Flat Tires. This man is doing it all for the Dallas Flat Tires, finding first bloods, 1v2s all over the place. It is just the Obito show for now on Tuscan S&D.
And yet again, he is my player to watch here in this map number 2, and really showing why he is that player. to watch thus far. 7-4 on a 5 spree. Look for him to work these streaks as much as possible because streaks in S&D really do pay big. So one of these players in Asylum, he's gonna challenge Asylum, but Asylum's gonna win that one. And Asylum immediately looks over to bottom mid map and is gonna find one as a Zakari. Clutch is gonna find one for himself. Can he find two? No. Ibra's gonna put him down with a pistol, and it seems like we're here each and every round. Perfection left in a 1v3 situation. 30 seconds to go, and Perfection is going to go down. And now 4-4 here on Tuscan. Jake, what do Dallas need to do to try and win these two rounds and win this map?
Well, Dallas does have an offense in their favor, and it looks like the offenses have been pretty solid here from both teams. So you got to try to close this one out. This game could definitely go the distance here, Sensei. Both of these teams matching up super well here in the search and destroy. It's going to be up to who wins a defense to who closes out this game, in my opinion. Right now, it's the Minnesota Floppr on the defensive end, and it looks like the Dallas Flat Tires might be setting up a B push.
And here we go. We're going to see our first B push of the map, as it seems like they're just going to play it patient, wait for someone to just get out of place. But Codex, he knows that someone's here, and he's going to see him through the wall. He's going to put some shots there. Not going to find a home just yet. Going to get back out with his life, as now he's going to just wait for his troops to come through. Ibra with the flank is going to find one there, and now Minnesota in the driver's seat. Codex going to get taken down by Zakari in top green. And this number 7 player is going to be the player to watch here. And Ibra all the way in the back. He's going to fall there. And into a 2v1 we go. Clutch. Can he clutch this round for the side of Dallas? It's going to be a tall order, as he's going to have to try to take down 2 of the Minnesota players and or put the bomb down. And he looks to try to just wrap this on over to A, Jake. And this is something you like to see. You like to see these players know that, hey, if B's not working, A is always there, as the Freeze is going to relocate and not get the timing there. Onto Clutch. Clutch is going to put the bomb down. Freeze doesn't have the angle. Bomb is going to go down, and now these players of Minnesota have to fly at this player, and he knows what he has to do. Asylum checking every corner. Spots Clutch and puts him down. And there goes the round for the Minnesota Floppr.
Yeah, the Dallas Flat Tires try to work a B push off the break, but they're not really able to get a lot of kills behind it. They don't shut down that B player, so they can't even get the bomb down. If you looked at the mini-map there in the middle of the round, it seemed like people were getting perfect timings on each other over and over again, so maybe somewhat of a blessing for the Minnesota Floppr, but now it needs to work out in their favor on the offensive end.
Yeah, going into a round 10 and into the offense, Minnesota's going to have to get this bomb down and quick. That's something that has helped them throughout this map thus far here. And Asylum having himself a game, and Ibra as well, as these two men are really showing out here today on Tuscan thus far, as the bomb is going to look to try. No! Clutch is going to pick up a huge kill on the Codex. Bomb is down near A, but it's not put down all the way. Has not been planted. Is now Dallas moving up here in mid-map. They know that the bomb is there. Trying to get some control of mid-map here, Jake, and this is going to spell some trouble here.
This could spell some trouble sitting in a 3v3 situation. Minnesota has to get that bomb, but Obito with a big pick onto the Freeze, leaving Asylum in a 1v3 situation, makes it a 1v2. With 47 seconds left, this is possible, but it's going to have to be a monster play out of Asylum. But if anybody can do it, I think it's Asylum.
And Asylum looking to try to find one of these players. Clutch is going to be on that Godheady and absolutely annihilate Asylum off the map. And into a round 11 we go here in map number 2. You can't write it any better than this thus far, as these two teams have been battling it out here on Tuscan in Search and Destroy. And Jake, what a phenomenal map 2 we've had thus far. It's going to take a lot out of these players here to try and secure this map. As Asylum 9-5 over on the opposing side is going to be Clutch at 9-7 on a 3 spree, as they look to try and get the bomb down fast. Some shots are going to come through for Ibra. Not going to find a home just yet. Clutch going to look to chow, but not see anything there over on that left side of the church. Ibra looking to try to re-chow. I find one of these players out of position. Obito is just going to back down for now, As bomb is going to go down, and we are into somewhat of a standstill here, Jake.
Asylum with a big kill onto perfection, but Zakari evens it up. Minnesota Floppr looking to work that P1, but Zakari might be working that flank. It looks like they only have a little bit of time here to work with. Dallas might close this one out. Asylum left in a 1v3. This is Dallas's map to win, and now it's just a 1v2 till they win this one.
And Asylum just pops off 2 in the feed, and into a 1v1 situation we go. He knows he was here last time, but is not going to find the kill onto Clutch. And the man lives up to his name, Jake, as he clutches it out there in round 11.
What a close map between these two teams. It comes down to a 5-5 1v1
break here, Jake. What are you looking for?
Well, you know, you got to try to get that A cap as soon as possible because you know, if you can get that A site, it can really, you know, find some time for you to get those kills. But it looks like Dallas is going to be going for some B ticks off the break. Not completely close to this idea as well. If they can push into this base and get some ticks onto B, it can be beneficial for them in the future. Asylum shuts down 2, but Zakari gets 2 of his own. And now Dallas focus that push.
And the push is on for B as the players of the side of Dallas are going to go down and 4 down there. In Minnesota, just hold that B point very, very strongly as Obito now trying to cap some of this A progression. But Codex is going to be there to meet the players of Dallas. He's going to find one in Zakari, but Clutch is going to be there to trade that out. And the trades are going back and forth here on this A hill, but Obito going to come out strong there. Just one man to beat in Ibra. He's going to be left all alone here and try to start to drain some of this time here on A. And just only 50 seconds left, Jake, and the time goes fast. So you want to see some of these players start to get together and play together as 3 are going to go down for the side of Dallas. And still only 1 tick of progression over on A.
Yeah, Ibra working into this deep spawn. Obito gets 1, though. Gets that pressure pushed back. But Asylum picks up that last Dallas Flat Tires player at the B point. So now they have a way to open up toward that A site. There's still Minnesota Floppr players trying to pressure them, but there's still 1 player on A. That was Zakari. He gets taken down, and now Minnesota find themselves up 8 lives, and Dallas doesn't even have a cap yet.
And Minnesota just applying the pressure on the necks of the Dallas Flat Tires as Clutch is going to come up clutch yet again and pick up another huge kill there. And that number 7 player is in the back there, and he has to get taken out as Clutch knows that and finds him there as Ibra now looking to try and find 2, but falls off the map, and that's going to cost him as just only a little bit more here on this A is going to take it, but no. Minnesota stands strong here on this A point.
A gets shut down by Minnesota. Great plays by them. And now Dallas, with 4 lives remaining, they're going to have to pull off a miraculous play here to get this round in their favor. But, you know, I think Minnesota should be able to take this. Their guns are hot right now. Asylum starting out 9-2 here on this first round of Tuscan Control. He's got a glide bomb in hand. That's everything you want from a player in the first round of a Control.
And Asylum just picking off these players left and right. Just going to be 1 player all alone. Not going to have time to get on point. And Minnesota's going to take round number 1 on Control on Tuscan. And boy, oh boy, did Minnesota come to play here in map number 3. After that map 2 loss, they really got it together here, Jake.
Yeah, that's completely... It's 100% true there, Sensei. I mean, Minnesota looked like a different team after that search and destroy. It looks like they're firing on all cylinders here. Let's see if they can keep it up in the offense. But after that first defense, Minnesota, you have to be feeling great.
I have to be feeling great indeed as now the freeze looking to try to find Zakari off the top rope. Gonna find 2 there. 3 down for the side of Dallas and Obito. And the rest of the Dallas Flat Tires are going to be coming off a spawn, and it does not stop there as now Minnesota 3 stacking the point over on A, and A is going to get captured, and now onto B we go as Codex going to find 1 before he falls. Asylum in top church knows these players over at mid and is going to pick up 2. Can he pick up 3? No. Zakari's going to say not today and put him down and try to continue to gain some map control here on Tuscan.
Minnesota up 4 lives, though, which is a good start if you're on the offensive end. You have a lot of time to work with 2 minutes left. They just need to find a seam in the map to try to work their way onto this B point. Asylum doing whatever he wants in the base, though. 15-4 off the break here. playing his life in the back. He gets taken down, but that opens up the front for his teammates to push through. And now you have 2 Minnesota Floppr players on the B site, and you're forced to make your way to the point and shut them down.
And Dallas holds strong there for just a little bit, but back into action the Minnesota Floppr go as they're going to put down 3 players of the side of Dallas. Now Dallas spawning on that right side of that church, and this is going to be bad for the side of Dallas if they can't regain here. But that number 2 player in Perfection going to be in the back, but Asylum is already going to take him out. As now the Freeze looking to hop on point here. Knows there's a couple players here going to get taken out, and kills are just going to go back and forth here. But Asylum is still holding strong onto that back tank area. Looking to just try to secure some of this positioning for the side of Minnesota. As now Dallas looks to try and hold the line here on B.
Zakari finds his way toward this top church area, trying to get some defense here. Takes down Ibra. Some of the kills are going in their favor. That's almost a clean 4 down for them. The Freeze, the last one alive there in their base. But with down 5 lives, Minnesota still have some time to work with here to get these 10 kills in their favor. The Freeze going to be working toward the back, but Dallas doing a good job of holding their power position. Codex looking for that player, but Obito with a big 2-piece to shut it down. Dallas could still come out on top in this round after a flurry of kills go in their favor.
And what a play out of Obito, knowing to play his life, and very, very good trigger discipline out of him there. Knowing that there was going to be 2 players popping out, didn't take the shots on the first one. He waited for them to both clear through the door and then started putting some shots. But Obito now in the driver's seat looking to try to find a kill there. But no, Codex is going to find him. And kills are going to go back and forth thus far. But it looks like Dallas is going to be coming out on top in the kills column, excuse me. 8-6 thus far, but 14 seconds left to go. I don't think Minnesota's going to have a shot at this, Jake.
I don't think so either. They're going to have to work quick. Codex does find his way onto that B point, and now you got to work as a team to play these kills. There's a triple stack going on now, but the Freeze is holding up top, and now the push is kind of getting shut down by Minnesota. The Freeze still on time with 5 seconds left. The only one left is Asylum. Maybe he can make a play here, but he has to take down almost all of the Dallas Flat Tires, and as he gets taken down, the Minnesota Floppr hopes are dead for this round.
And Dallas Flat Tire come out strong there in round number 2. And boy, oh boy, has it been back and forth thus far. Dallas looked like they were out of it early, but bounced back there in that round to try and secure this win here in map number 3. But now the tables turn, and Dallas will be on the attacking side, and they didn't have the best attacking side the first time around. Jake, what do they need to do here to try and make a difference?
I think now if you go A off the break, you might be able to get that cap in and work the kills behind it. And they will go toward that A site instead of going toward B like they did in that round 1. The first blood goes in their favor, and Clutch Peak is on their side of Godhead. He gets taken down, and now 2 Minnesota Floppr players working through middle, and all the kills go in the favor of Dallas Flat Tires. So they should be able to get a pretty solid amount of time here on this A point. They're stacked on it as a team, and now you just have to play the kills behind it.
And here the kills come through for the side of Dallas. And there's about 1 more player there in the Freeze. He's going to finally get taken down. And Dallas look to secure the rest of this A point and move their attention over to B. But these players of Minnesota Floppr are going to be spawning in the back there. And that number 3 player in Clutch looking to try to find as many as he can. He's going to find 2. Knows that there's another player very, very close. Can he find him? He's going to spot him there. He's going to put him down. And Clutch picking up 3 there in the feed is now in full insane mode as he picked up 3 in the back. Gonna finally get taken down there by the Freeze Perfection, getting involved in the feed. Obito is gonna go down, and Dallas' attempt there on the B point is gonna be stopped in its tracks as Minnesota Floppr just continue their dominance here thus far on Tuscan.
Yeah, Dallas working another P5 push. Asylum shuts it down along with Codex. 2 players for the Dallas Flat Tires are in the back now. It's Clutch Freak and Perfection, but it looks like they're wrapping back to try to flush them out. Perfection does get 2, but he gets taken down. But now Dallas have some sort of pressure on that A point. It looks like Minnesota Floppr is doing a great job of dealing with it, though. And don't forget, Zakari has a glide bomb in his back pocket.
He definitely does, and he is just waiting and waiting to use it at the perfect moment as Asylum's going to pick up 2 there in the feed. And this man has been on fire all series long, currently 28 and 15 and on another 5 spree. Can he double up on those glide bombs? We'll just have to wait and see, as now the attack from the back side of the map here for Obito and the rest of Dallas as they look to try and do a pinch motion here on this hill. Not going to find anything there as Obito is going to fall down. And there's going to go Perfection as well as Zakari. And now yet another attempt at the B site has been stopped dead in its tracks.
Yeah, they have maybe 1 or 2 more solid pushes before Minnesota Floppr close out this round, but a good start out of Asylum to shut down that P5 area. The glide bomb does come in from Zakari, but Asylum's still here in the P5 region. He finds Obito, but Obito shuts it down. They can now find their way onto the point, but now they're working through the back to try to pick up those players holding down the spawns. He sees Asylum in the back, and he takes him down. And now the kills going in Dallas Flat Tire's favor. They can stack the point here, and Minnesota Floppr only have 4 lives remaining.
And with only 4 lives remaining, Minnesota have to move, and they have to move fast. And they also have to find the kills on the way to the B site, as one is going to go down for the side of Minnesota, and it's going to be back and forth on the hill. But 1 man remaining, and that's Ibra. Can he put a stop to this? It's going to take a miracle. No, he's going to be put down. And Dallas Flat Tires are going to go up 2-1 on the map number 3.
Yeah, Dallas is able to steal an offense. And that's huge here in the grand scheme of things, right, Sensei? I mean, now they're on the defensive end. They could close this game out here. And with that, you know, they go up 7 lives here. I'm pretty sure the lives are in their favor here. So if you can keep the lives close, and, I mean, you can even win the defense right here and close out the game and go up 2-1 in the series. Dallas Flat Tires looking fantastic here in the control.
And I just have to say in that last round, phenomenal teamwork out of the side of Dallas, as Obito is going to pick up 2 huge ones. And Obito pops off for 3 in the feed. An absolute performance out of this man thus far here on Tuscan. What a phenomenal set of kills there for Obito, just stopping the A push entirely, as now Minnesota look to put their sights on B, and Obito yet again standing in the face of these Minnesota players. He's going to put another one down, and on a 4 spree he goes. And thus far, Obito is not stopping here on this defensive round.
And Zakari trying to cut these players. He picks up 2 of his own. Ibra trying to push him out as well, but Perfection gets the trade, and now Minnesota are fully pushed back into their base. Dallas Flat Tires can just play the kills here for the rest of the round. Now, Minnesota has to find a way onto the A point. They choose to flood through the middle side. Asylum with a big kill, but Zakari trades him out. Obito still shooting red hot right now in this game as he picks up another 2. And now, Minnesota, they still don't even have A, Sensei. Dallas is up 3 lives, and they're keeping the defense strong. They may be able to get this A point here, but now they're going to have to work that B point, which is so hard to get.
And they do capture that A point there, and now the push, it has to come through over on this B side. Perfection is going to be ready and waiting. Not going to see Asylum there, as Asylum is going to pick him up. Now Asylum in the driver's seat looking for these players of Dallas Flat Tires. Going to finally get taken down. Obito going to spot 1 over on the ladder side of Church. And it's just going to be a bloodbath from here on out, as this kills are going to go back and forth. Dallas currently up in the lives category, 13-10. And it just looked like there's no stopping Obito now.
Yeah, Obito really putting Dallas in the front seat here in this Tuscan control. He's playing this safe spot, holding the P5. The push is coming from bottom Church, but now he can help out his players. Top radio. There's another one there. Codex does pick up 2, which is big, but now the nades are going to come into that B site, and now Minnesota has to play their lives here because you only have 8 lives remaining. You only have 2 pushes left before you lose this game. Asylum holding down. Wait, but Minnesota Floppr capped the point.
And what a turn of events that was, Jake. You blinked and it was done. It seemed like the time was just instantly grabbed by Minnesota there. And what a phenomenal round that was, being down So many lives there for Minnesota. They really find a way to try and climb back in that one and secure that round.
Minnesota get the stack in, and the point just goes up so fast. Now Minnesota find themselves on the defensive end in a solid position here. But I mean, with the way these teams are winning offenses, anything could happen. Sensei, Minnesota Floppr trying to work this push here onto the A site, but the kills are going in the favor of Dallas. Perfection, the last one alive, and Asylum gets the final kill. So now they can work this hold here. They don't even get a tick on the A point, and they're spreading the map fantastic as of now. Asylum holding down this P5, the rest of the players holding mid and A. So now he can hold that push, and he can work the pinch at the same time.
And he's going to just do just that, as he is currently 39-20. The man is on a mission to solidify himself as one of the greats here in Silver Mixed Division, as Obito going to pick up 2 there. And the trades are just going back and forth, and it doesn't seem like they have a foothold here just yet on Tuscan. But Dallas Flat Tires look to try and gain as much momentum going into that B a point as possible, as they look to try and find the rest of this A tick. But if it's anybody, it's Ibra. Ibra gonna pick up 2 before getting taken down, as Perfection is gonna find 2 in the feed there. Clutch finding himself 1 as well. And A is going to be done and dusted, and now focus is on the B point. And Jake, this is going to be massive. Currently 18-18 in the life count with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go.
And it looks like they want to work out this P5 area, but the freeze is here to shut it down. Perfection trying to work it with Obito for the time being, but the freeze is here to try to fight it. He gets taken down by Obito, and now they have to figure out how they want to hold this. Obito gets taken down, though. That's a big kill. And Codex takes down Perfection as well. Now, Clutch Peak, the only one left alive on this B point, and now Dallas forced to restart their push.
And their push was stopped by the man Codex. Put together a nice string of kills there and really single-handedly stopped that push in its tracks. And Codex looks to continue, but Obito says, no, not this time. I'm going to win that one, as Asylum now on this automaton looking to try and secure as many kills as possible, as now Dallas only 10 kills remaining, and all of the kills going on the side of Minnesota. Minnesota really putting this string of kills together perfectly, as they're now just waiting for these players of Dallas to come off spawn. But that number 3 player, he's going to wait for his teammates. He's going to try and find 1. He's going to find 1 onto Codex. Almost finds 1 onto Ibra, but Ibra's going to find that one out. And just 4 lives remaining for the side of Dallas. They're going to need an absolute miracle here. And Asylum almost pushing 50 kills. Just give it to him, ladies and gentlemen. Give him the 50. As Perfection going to find 1 onto Ibra. And this is just going to be back and forth.
Asylum 1 off the 50 bomb, but Obito's the last alive. Asylum and the Minnesota Floppr turn it up when it matters at the end of that offense and keep the momentum high going into that defense. They shut down the Dallas Flat Tires push, and they pull the rug out from Dallas Flat Tires. I mean, if you're Dallas, you thought you had that map secured.
You know, to try here to start up this Gabadoo.
Well, you know, you can get a lot of time here on this P1. If you get the kills off the break, you can get some solid head glitches in and really hold down the time for as long as you possibly can. So this P1 is where it all starts for these teams. Work as a team, try to work these trades, and get on the front foot here when it comes to this P1. And it looks like Dallas off the break, they are getting the first couple kills in their favor, but Minnesota Floppr slay their way out of it.
And what a phenomenal attempt there out of Dallas to try and get those 2 down early. But yet again, the slaying power of Minnesota just seems to be overwhelming at times. And it's now more than ever is where you're going to need players like Obito and Clutch to have the performance of their life to keep them in this series, as I know they can do so well, as Clutch is not going to find anything else but that 1 kill onto Codex before he does go down. And the rotation has to start beginning here for the side of Dallas, but there's going to be 2 players on the side of Minnesota ready and waiting over on P2, and that number 4 player in Asylum, a very, very scary player to be up against. But Zakari says, no, he's not that scary. I'm going to put him down just like every other player coming from this rock bridge, and Ibra's going to fall. Freeze is going to fall, and 4 down for the side of Minnesota, but it's Asylum. the lone hero to try to find one there before getting taken out. Ibra gonna get involved as well, but he's gonna meet the gun of Clutch Freak, as now P2 is in control of Dallas Flat Tires.
They're doing a good job of holding this hill down for the time being, but the push is coming in from Minnesota Floppr, and they get a lot of kills behind it. They get 3 in their favor, and now Dallas Flat Tires coming up off spawn. You got Clutch Freak working this mid tank. He's kind of the only one on time, and now Minnesota Floppr try to push their way into that P3 area, but Dallas gets the kills behind it. So this could be definitely a win here for the P2 if you can secure those P3 spawns, which it looks like they are doing off the break here.
Yeah, Dallas going to secure those P3 spawns, and Sakari's going to pick up a huge kill there on P1 onto Codex. And these players of Minnesota are going to have to hit this one together if they're going to really want to break this one, as P3 is kind of a money hill here on Gavadu if you can hold it correctly, as Perfection is going to pick up 1 kill there on Asylum. Codex looking to try to get in through the front, but Zakari says no, and Ibra's going to smell Zakari coming from a mile away. He's going to pick up that one as well, as the trades are just going to go back and forth, but the time still in favor of Dallas.
Yeah, and the spawns do flip. Minnesota should get the rest of this time, but now that enables Dallas to potentially rotate toward the new hill. They're getting the rest of the scrap time, and Minnesota Floppr finding their way through that P1. So now if you're Dallas, you got to turn around, and you get that beach spawn, you get the rest of the time. Now focus on this P4 hill, and with Zakari getting that final time, they could get a lot of time in a row behind this.
And Clutch really came up clutch, you know, for lack of better words there, picking up those 2 and really trying to hold the line for Dallas here. But Asylum trying to get his hands dirty, trying to find these players off of spawn. He's going to find one there on the Obito. Know that Zakari's in the middle. He's going to find Zakari as well. Asylum putting on a performance. That's going to be 3 down for the side of Dallas. And Asylum just goes absolutely nuts here on P4, putting all 4 players, make it 5 players of Dallas down. And he is not leaving any hostages, Jake.
He's still going, Sensei, on an 8th streak, gets that glide bomb, does end up get taken down, but, I mean, that was a huge turnaround for Minnesota. I mean, they weren't necessarily supposed to get a lot of time here on this bottom P4 hill, but the Zakari 6-piece turns it into a nice chunk of time. And while Dallas is on the rotation, you know, Minnesota Floppr finds himself in a closer point differential than maybe they thought they would after that P4.
And my mind is blown because Asylum picks up all those kills, but it doesn't seem like they got enough time there to move up in the lead. But Dallas now ready and waiting for the players of Minnesota. Minnesota with a nice solid break here, but Clutch is trying to get into the back spawn here, and it looks like he is going to slip right on through. And some of these players, someone has to turn around. Someone has to know he's in the back here. No, yes, finally! Asylum's going to pick him up, and he's going to pick up 2 there in the feed. And it seems like Minnesota have full control of this P5 hill.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking great for them for the rest of this time. 23 seconds left, and they have the whole rest of the map cut off. Clutch Freak and Perfection trying to work through mid, but the freeze takes him down. And now they spawn back radio, but Minnesota is already set up at this P1. A great rotation out of Minnesota, and it might allow them to get a lot of time here on the P1 and could gain somewhat of a substantial lead. But now it's going to be Codex, the last one alive in hill, and now Dallas break just like that.
And Clutch picking up 2 phenomenal kills there to break the hill wide open. But these players of Minnesota are going to look to try and gain some control. Freeze going to pick up 2 before going down. Ibra going to get involved, finding 2 there, and the snap onto that second player was absolutely phenomenal, as the Freeze going to try and hold these steps as much as possible and just hold back the line of the side of the Dallas Flat Tires. But Clutch and the rest of the players look to try and force their way in here on this P1 hill, but P1 still in full control of Minnesota. Clutch just finding these players just hidden in every single corner possible, but the freeze is going to come out on top, and the rest of P1 is going to go to the side of Minnesota, and it seems like Minnesota's in control of P2.
It looks to be the case, Sensei. Minnesota finding themselves up 50 points here after that, you know, P1. It was such a big hill for them. You know, they worked that P5, they worked the P1 as well, and now Asylum still with a glide bomb in his back pocket, just looking for this final player at the top area. He gets Perfection, and now they have the clearance. Player 1, that's Freeze, is still held up in the back of Dallas's spawn, and now they have to work from the front to try to break him down.
And Dallas is going to come in strong as they're going to find the necessary kills to take it for a moment, but back in the favor of Minnesota it goes. And Asylum looking to try to find something there. Perfections is going to take him down. Sees Codex. Codex is going to go down as well. And Perfection is just on a rampage here on P2. Is Zakari going to come and make that trade instantly for the side of Dallas? And now the rotation has to come through for the side of Dallas on this P3 hill, as it seems to be in favor of Minnesota. And Asylum going to pick up 2 big ones there. Spots one more player, and Zakarian's going to put him down. And this man is a walking highlight reel thus far here in this series. Going to put the glide bomb through. Seemingly looks like to find 2, maybe 3. Not going to find any there over on P1. And that's going to be huge, because now these players are going to come on out. And Clutch is going to have a glide for himself. And he's going to find one on the hill there. And this hill has just been bursted wide open, Jake.
Yeah, but Minnesota still alive in the back of their base. Nobody accruing time right now. Asylum with another kill, going on another 5 streak on this P3. He's waiting for this player mid. He picks up Obito. Perfection's at that deep beach. But now Zakari at this close left area. He takes him down as well. He gets another glide bomb in his favor. And you can use that right here at this P4 hill. So now Minnesota Floppr need to work their lanes and wait for their teammates, because there's a lot they could do here to break this hill.
And Dallas is going to be here and ready and waiting for this next hill to pop as they accumulate this time. They're just about down 50. If they can hold this one and string together these next 2 hills, they're going to be right back in it. But Asylum, he must be on a sniper rifle there, Jake, as that was an absolute long shot coming out of him. And now the glide bomb comes through and picks up 2 huge ones. And Obito left all alone. Can he pull something through? Codex says no and puts him down. And now Minnesota spawning in the close spawn. Just 30 seconds remaining on the hill. And that's all they need to win this map here and right now. The kills are going to come through for the side of Dallas, as that's going to be 3 down there in the feed. But the players are going to be spawning up close over on that rock bridge as the Freeze looking to try to find some of these kills here. Clutch is going to find one for himself. Ibra looking to get involved as Clutch now, the lone survivor here, is going to finally get taken out, there by Ibra. And now the push on over to P5, and look who it is. It's Asylum and the rest of the Minnesota Floppr ready and waiting.
Yeah, Asylum gets taken down by Obito, so that might be an opening for the Dallas Flat Tires. Perfection, the last one near time as Zakari gets taken down, but they do have those back spawns, which are oh so important when trying to break this hill. The Freeze, though, with big pistol kills, and they end up winning the map 250 to 171, Sensei.
And what a map that was out of Minnesota Floppr. And the man Asylum, yet again, on a mission to solidify himself as one of the